After 3 years of posting on this channel, with an embarrassing amount of infrequency, I finally made a video that people cared about, and it had nothing to do with my art. Why did this happen? I started this YouTube channel to share and talk about the things that I'm most passionate about, art and graphic design. I've shared parts of my career, my art process, some personal thoughts and experiences, and some big projects that I'm super crazy proud of. I even spent months on a documentary where I hunted down over 150 life-size Peanuts statues. It was an encapsulation of art history and Minnesota history, and I thought this would be my big break. But no matter what kind of art videos I made, I couldn't find my audience. And then one day I decided to do something completely different. A video that only kind of slightly had anything to do with art. This video essay got more attention than all of my other art videos combined. I'm glad this video resonated with so many people. I shared some of my experiences watching these advice channels to call attention to a really important topic that I was kind of worried I was imagining. But why is YouTube pushing me to make videos like this one? And why can't I make the art and design videos that I set out to make in the first place instead of trying to think about what you want from me? Before I get any further, I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate everyone who watched my last video and or subscribed recently. I've never made anything with this kind of response before, and it's crazy. Because of the response to my last video, I wanted to make a follow-up. So this video is going to be a little more conversational and a little less edited, though hopefully I can edit the audio in a way that is less bad. I got a lot of comments and messages about how bad my audio has been. Some of those comments were kind of mean, hurt my feelings a little bit, but that's okay. I just wanted to say that I truly appreciate your effort in bringing this matter to my attention. It's crucial for me to be aware of these issues to make necessary improvements. Thanks again for caring enough to speak up. There's nothing written on these cards, but I always appreciate feedback, and hopefully the audio is better now. Sorry. Anyway, there are some ideas I've been thinking about recently, and I have a lot of thoughts about my approach to making videos so far, and the fact that my most popular video has nothing to do with my art. Here we go. I think new artists on YouTube are entitled. Let me explain. There's a journey that a lot of beginner artists follow. They start sharing their artwork on websites like Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and DeviantArt. These are picture-based platforms, so it's easy to take a picture of an artwork or export a PNG, share it, and start finding an audience. Beyond, how hard or scary it is to get started, it's easy for anyone to do this. I started posting my art on Instagram in 2017, and I had been posting my art on Tumblr for a year before that. Side note, at my first ever job as a young teenager, one of my coworkers told me that I seemed like someone who would be on Tumblr. She read me for filth, and I was so embarrassed. But if only this Tumblr post had been made 4 years earlier, I would have realized that she too was at the Devil's Sacrament. How did she know if she wasn't also there? Come on. But anyway, once a lot of artists get past this first step, they start thinking about how they would like to make art for a living and how they might start to make money. Money is very important, obviously. We need money to live in this capitalist hellscape and also to buy art supplies and pay for our stupid Creative Cloud subscriptions. Beginner artists probably admire professional artists on YouTube, so YouTube is introduced as a way to make money and market our artwork. YouTube is probably romanticized or idealized the most out of all of the social media platforms because of this distinct sense of monetization. I feel like it's usually regarded as the platform with the least frustrating algorithm and the greatest sense of community. It's a platform that encourages longer videos that could be more personal, rather than videos that cater to trends or shorter attention spans. It's the modern influencer equivalent of the American dream. YouTube is a gorgeous, idyllic house with a white picket fence in a world of other foreclosed social media platforms, rampant with graffiti and vandalism and crime. But it's not even just that younger artists are imitating the artists they see on YouTube. Art business content creators are also actively encouraging their impressionable audiences to start YouTube channels and invest in their art businesses because it's profitable for their businesses. It's the pyramid schemes, right? So beginner artists start making YouTube videos, but most of these artists aren't actually interested in making videos. Not to say that artists shouldn't make videos or that these people don't also happen to be interested in video production stuff, but a lot of artists who wouldn't otherwise be inclined to do so start channels because it's been presented to them as the best way to market themselves and their businesses. I see YouTube presented as one singular profitable marketing solution, as if starting a YouTube channel is one thing you can do to market yourself. But there is so much work that goes into making a video. It's a huge undertaking, both in terms of the time spent learning all of the various skills involved in video production and the cost of equipment and software to even just make a video that exists, let alone one that is actually good. This is time and money that could be spent on art or art business things instead. A beginner artist who goes through this entire ordeal will be frustrated, especially because they're led to believe that a channel is the investment that they need for their business. All they need to do is hunker down, put in some time and effort into their supposed passion, and it's definitely going to be worth it. Right? Let me tell you, a YouTube channel is the investment that you need if you really want to grow your business. I invested and I thought if I could only put in the work, then I could expect that people would eventually watch my videos. I felt entitled to publicity for my art business, and then I felt resentful and even inadequate about these marketing strategies not working for me. There's a positive feedback loop that happens. These feelings of failure and shame have young artists convinced that they're doing something wrong and that it's their fault that this marketing strategy, which has supposedly worked for everyone else, isn't working for them. So they seek out even more marketing and business advice. And on the cycle continues, like that snake that eats itself. What an idiot. So I think beginner artist YouTubers are entitled, but it's not our fault. I think there's this idea of social media being the ultimate equalizer, and it's supposed to be more democratic than any other form of media. Everyone here has the power to post and the opportunity to be successful and gain a following, but just because anyone could be successful, it makes it so much more frustrating when you aren't. But if we want to make videos people care about, we have to overcome this entitlement. While I've been feeling this frustration and trying to figure out what I want to do with my business, I haven't been posting here on YouTube, but I have been posting my art on Instagram. To compare the two platforms, I posted this same gouache self-portrait to both. When I posted this painting, I had 44,000 plays and more than 87 hours of watch time and 4,400 likes. When I posted the same painting on YouTube, it was a 20-minute video. It had 400 views with 25 hours of watch time up until recently. I thought the YouTube video was great. I put a lot of time into editing it and writing a voiceover that covered every aspect of my gouache painting process, and I answered every question I got about everything basically. I know it's not completely fair to compare these two. It's the same painting, but I'm comparing Instagram Reels to YouTube vlogs. But my point is, even though the YouTube version was meant to be educational and helpful, and I was sharing my vast wealth of gouache knowledge, it was just selfish because I was just talking about myself the entire time. Compared to the Instagram post, the YouTube video was just fine. The short videos I make are better than fine. They're fun to watch. They're fun to rewatch. I rewatch my Instagram videos all the time. So I know it's not about the quality of my art or my videos. My art is very good. I'm very confident in my creative and artistic abilities. Also, I know that my art is good because I get a lot of likes on Instagram. No, I know that my art is good, and that's that. So why isn't my art doing well on YouTube? There's this extra secret thing that is missing from my art videos, separating me from the successful YouTube artists who I admire. I could keep making art process videos here out of sheer stubbornness, just because that's what I decided I wanted to do when I started this channel, but I think that would be selfish. It doesn't make sense for me to make YouTube videos about my art process because it's not what you want from me. It's what MeTube would want, but it's not what YouTube wants. There are only so many times that I could talk over a long form video of mine and say, hey guys, this is how I make a painting. I love painting. Look at me go. Okay, the painting's done now. Thanks for watching. An Instagram video is much more interesting to watch, and it's also easier, quicker, and more enjoyable for me to make. So if I'm not making YouTube videos about my art process, are there other kinds of videos about art that I could make? Well, no. I don't think so. I've done a lot of thinking about what kinds of videos I'd be interested in making, and, well, let me take you through my thought process, a glimpse into my dark and twisted mind. Before I talk about these, I just want to say that I love watching all these types of videos. They're great. I'm not saying that nobody should watch these or nobody should make these videos, but I just want to make some jokes about them and why I probably won't be making these types of videos in the future. One type of video is the one where people use voiceovers over their art process to talk about various art-related opinions, current events, or reviewing art supplies. The art making is B-roll footage behind a more interesting video topic. I always felt that these types of videos were a bit disjointed, like, watch me make this painting while I read this opinion piece that I wrote about my completely unique perspective about how I think artists can find their art style, or talk about whether I think art school is worth it, or maybe I talk about how to overcome art block. No one has ever talked about these topics before on YouTube, and I'm Christopher Columbusing this territory of art-related voiceover topics. Outside of art process and art voiceover adjacent videos, I feel like the most common form of art videos are studio vlogs / small business vlogs / day in my life vlogs. I couldn't make these videos because I can't afford a studio and my life is very boring. But if those things ever changed, I could start vlogging to give everyone a special inside look into the elusive life of a full-time artist and small business owner. Here's what that would look like. I spend all day sitting at my desk working. Sometimes I'm working on art. Sometimes I'm working on client projects. This is a secret project. You can't look at this one. And now I'm working at my computer again. This is my dog, Fluffy. Sometimes we leave the house and go biking together. That's cute. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notified the next time I upload this same exact video next week. Okay, bye. And then another type of video. These are sometimes also vlogs, but videos about art markets or conventions or small business advice. I love watching and getting advice from other artists with small businesses, but I think it's weird to share advice with the same people you're trying to market to, and A 30-minute vlog about preparing for a shop update, for example, is inherently just a 30-minute ad for said shop update. For artists who start a channel to market themselves as an artist, if they're making advice videos for other artists, then their audience is going to be other artists. If I want my art to reach as many people as possible, I'd be limiting myself if I only made videos geared toward other artists. I'm always wanting more and more people to see my art, and I'm trying to get the algorithm to continuously bring me plates and plates of likes and views and nice comments. Similarly, I could make art tutorials, but again, I'd be making those tutorials for fellow artists. Also, there are already tutorials for everything. Also, I'm still in the stage of my career where I'm watching these tutorials. I could only make tutorials about stuff that I'm actually qualified to share. Otherwise, it would be like teaching a digital marketing course right after taking a digital marketing course. We know why that's a problem. Well, one other option, I could make sketchbook tour videos. I know that these videos usually do well on YouTube. The only problem is that it's going to take me a while to finish my current sketchbook, maybe a couple years. Because I mostly just use it for notes and I don't really draw in it anymore. Another problem might be that I already made one video with all of my sketchbooks, and that was a dumb mistake. I should have milked that into at least 20 different videos. Oops. The final art video example that I have are challenge videos, like artists trying weird art supplies or working with challenging prompts or doing different like clickbait type premises. I don't want miscellaneous challenge drawings taking the place of the art projects that I care about. It's like when the main overarching plot of a TV show gets paused for a filler episode or a bottle episode. Sometimes they're done well, but they're mostly just a waste of the week's episode. Even though I enjoy breaking up bigger projects with smaller fun projects, I don't want to feel like I'm working on filler. I want to feel like I'm working on a fun side quest, rather than sent on an annoying fetch quest. I love TV and video game metaphors. So those were 7 different types of art videos that seem to exist on the art side of YouTube. Again, I enjoy and I regularly watch all of them. But these are the options that I see for artists on YouTube, and these don't appeal to me. And I don't think they appeal to you either. So I don't think I can make art videos. I realized that a lot of art stuff on YouTube is content designed for other artists. That makes sense because I'm an artist and these are the kinds of videos that I watch. But just because this is what I watch, it doesn't mean that these are the kinds of videos that I have to make. What I tried to do differently with my last video is that it wasn't about my art, but it was a video inspired by my experience watching videos from art business YouTubers and other content creators. It was the least selfish and entitled video that I've ever made because instead of talking about myself and my art, I talked about something that a lot of people have been affected by through the lens of my experience as an aspiring art YouTuber. And that's why it resonated with people. I also really enjoyed making this video. And if I can find the right topics, I would love to make more videos like this one in the future. However, I don't want to keep making videos about YouTube pyramid schemes. There is a lot more that could be said, and the things that I touched on in my video are just the tip of the iceberg, honestly. Maybe I'll revisit this topic in the future, but for now, I'm satisfied with the argument that I made, and I'm ready to talk about other things. Speaking of talking about things, I think that I really like videos where I talk about things, so I'll probably make more commentary videos or video essays. I like making things in response to the things that I consume. In my artwork, I've always drawn fan art of my favorite characters from TV shows, movies, and videos. You know, we live in a society where we are always consuming things, And turning that consumption into something productive and pretty and a piece of art is something that is fulfilling to me. So I think it's unsurprising that the videos I enjoy making the most have been in that same vein. If I watch a lot of videos about how to be a YouTuber, I want to take all that consumption, synthesize it, and make a response. That being said, I don't want to just make videos critiquing things or complaining about things. I appreciate a good critique, but I think being a hater should be a hobby and not a lifestyle. I don't need or want to be negative all the time. And instead of only making videos about things that I dislike, I want to also make videos about the things that I like and enjoy. Speaking of things that I like and enjoy, I feel like I should talk a little bit about myself and introduce myself. You probably don't know much about me. My name is Morgan. I also go by Morg online. If I haven't mentioned it enough, I am an artist, graphic designer, and all-around creative maker person. I went to college for these things, the art and the graphic design part. I graduated with the highest level of honors, like the genius that I am. In retrospect, completely unnecessary to have an honors BFA in graphic design, and if I were actually smart, I would have realized that. Some random facts about me. There are 3 songs that I know for sure that I've listened to over 1,000 times each. I love listening to the same song over and over again, and it shows. I met Matt Smith in 2014, and I have my signed photo op framed and hung up on my wall. It keeps me humble. This was me 10 years ago, and I feel like I look the same. I was a giant Doctor Who fan, and I'm glad that I'm still a fan because this door that I painted to look like a TARDIS is inescapable. I feel like the best way to get to know me is through my art. I am the things that I make. So if you'll humor me a little bit as I show off some of my favorite projects, I would appreciate that. I'm currently working on some tarot cards inspired by my favorite streamer. I started this project as a joke, but I'm not sure what the punchline was supposed to be. This project is great because I have a never-ending list of prompts for illustrations that I work on, just whenever I feel like it. Well, 78 cards, 78 prompts, but honestly, that really feels like an infinite amount right now. My senior thesis project for my graphic design degree was this book project about the history of the graphic design for book covers in the queer young adult genre. The box set makes a rainbow, obviously. I'm currently working on a project with this group called Repair Disability Heritage Collective. Their focus is on historic preservation by mapping disability history, which I think is important, and it's something that I'm personally invested in. It's great to design something that feels meaningful. I'm disabled, so accessibility is really important to me, and that's why I manually add captions to all of my videos too. These art and design projects have been really important to me, but if I can't be an artist on YouTube, what am I going to do next? Here are my goals for this channel going forward. Well, I crossed 1,000 subscribers and I met the requirements to join the YouTube partner program, so I just want to say thank you again. While this channel is technically monetized now, I'm not currently trying to make YouTube my full-time job. In fact, I would like to share a quick rant about sponsors. I think it's crazy how normalized sponsorships have become, and I don't understand why everyone is acting like the current amount of ads and sponsors and marketing on YouTube is like acceptable or sustainable. It used to be that ads were annoying to sit through, but at least they supported the creator, right? Now, apparently AdSense is nothing. So videos also have a 1 to 2 minute long sponsorship, which are just ads built into the video. Videos also have promos for merch, Patreon, Ko-fi, coffee, and affiliate marketing. And make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitch, check out my shop. I know how marketing works. But surely we have to be approaching some sort of limit. Or is it still going to get worse somehow? We've reached rock bottom. But are people looking for shovels? Sponsors are the easiest way to make money on YouTube. We know that. I'm not interested in scripted ad reads. If I said, hey guys, this video is sponsored by whatever annoying company, and you could predict my next paragraph of words, I don't want that. If I could talk about a product or company I respect and use my own words, maybe I'd be open to that. And this is assuming that I ever get to this point where I'm important enough to have sponsors. I don't know if that'll happen, but I want to be clear about my priorities and morals now. I'm sure many content creators felt the same way when they first started, but things changed when they saw those magical green pieces of paper, and then suddenly they can't say no to any sponsorship opportunities, so they have a brand deal for every weekly video lined up for the next 6 months. I'm better than that. So here's how I want to make my living for the sake of transparency. I have an art store. I love packaging orders, and I love the idea that not only my artwork, but the things that I've physically touched are going all over the country and the world. Running my art store is incredibly fulfilling, and I've got an update that I'm working on. Another way that I want to make money is by being one of those merchants who travel around. I'll bring my wares and sell them in my little tent. Art markets. I'm planning on vending at art markets, artist alleys, and conventions. So I've been preparing for that, but that's a future goal. Right now, I'm a freelance graphic designer, so I have some client projects that I've been working on recently. Once I finish up with these projects, I'm probably going to try to find a job again. You know what they say, sometimes you need a job. That said, I'm not trying to become a full-time YouTuber, especially because I'm not interested in being an advertiser. I would love to see where this goes, but this is just one of the things that I'm working on right now. Here's the conclusion. I apologize that this is kind of a filler video. I just wanted to take an opportunity to say thank you, do a bit of reflection, and talk about what the future of this channel might entail. I don't want to completely abandon art on this channel, but I can't expect an audience for the art that I want to share here. If I could find a way to make my art videos interesting, compelling, or insightful in the same way that my video essays are, I would love to do that. So I might have been a little dramatic when I said that I can't make art on YouTube, because obviously I know that there are artists on here and it's possible to do it. But I want to completely forget about the idea of YouTube being a way for me to market my art. I don't want YouTube to be my marketing for my art. I want my videos to be a part of my art practice, whether I'm making art in my videos or not. And so my videos will just be on the list of projects that I enjoy doing and making. Rather than trying to force my art into videos, I'm going to just make videos about something else I'm interested in. Not everything I do has to be about art. I can have other interests and hobbies and things that I do. If there is a list of things that I'm interested in, and if there's a list of what people are interested in seeing from me, I might as well do the thing that there is an audience for. Do the thing in the middle of the Venn diagram, right? Just because I'm not making videos about my art, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop making art. I would rather be buried alive than stop making art. There is literally nothing in this world that could distract me from art, and you have no idea how much I need to make art to exist as a normal human person, okay? I'm working on some art projects that I've been sharing on Instagram, so if you're interested in that, you should follow me there. I also occasionally stream my art process on Twitch, So that's another way to see it. Otherwise, all I'm asking for is if you liked this video or if you like what I'm trying to do here, please come back for my next one. I'm on YouTube, so I need to make videos that YouTube wants me to make. And even though I feel like I can't make my art videos, I'm still going to make the videos that I want to make. It might take me a while to make that next video, and I'm not exactly sure what it'll be yet, but I'm really trying to do something here. I will find the videos that appeal to both YouTube and MeTube. Okay?